This is the story of the Zodiac Killer. This story is not a legend. It happened, and that is what makes it terrifying. July 4th, 1969. A night meant for fireworks, laughter, and young love in Vallejo, California. Two teenagers, David and Betty Lou, sat together by the water, believing the world was safe, believing tomorrow was promised. But someone else watched that moment differently. A figure stepping out of the darkness, not with jealousy, but with purpose. A kind of purpose only a monster could understand. The gunshots came fast. No warning, no words, just pain, confusion, silence. The killer didn't run. He didn't panic. He walked away calmly, as if he knew this wasn't the end, as if someone, somewhere, would soon read about what he had done. Days later, a typed letter arrived at a local newspaper, each word chosen carefully, almost proudly, and beneath the text, a strange symbol, a circle with a cross through it, like a sniper's aim, focused on everyone. His message was cold. I like killing people. It's so much fun. He demanded that his letter be printed publicly, or more people would die. The police hoped it was a hoax. People prayed it was a sick joke, because the truth was too frightening to accept. But fear has a way of forcing the truth into the light, especially when more bodies begin to appear. And then, another letter. This one encoded. A puzzle written by a man who believed the world wasn't smart enough to catch him. Some say he wanted recognition. Others believe he wanted control. But the darkest thought is this. Maybe he simply enjoyed watching the world try to understand him. The Zodiac wasn't just playing with victims. He was playing with all of us. And this was only the beginning. The world could have pretended the first killing was random, a tragedy that life would eventually swallow. But some tragedies refuse to disappear, especially when the one who caused them wants applause. September 27, 1969. Lake Berryessa, where the sun meets calm water, where people come to breathe, not knowing the darkness that sometimes breathes with them. Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard lay on the grass, drinking in the peace of nature. Two hearts resting, two futures quietly forming, and somewhere behind them, footsteps, soft, slow, deliberate. A man emerged wearing a black executioner-style hood. No face, just black cloth and a white stitched symbol, the circle with a cross. A signature meant to outlive him. He carried a gun. Calm voice. No shaking hands. He tied their wrists with rope, as though he had studied how to do it best, as though he had rehearsed on others, or on himself. The blade came next, and suddenly the peaceful air tasted like fear and iron. Cecilia screamed. Brian felt the world flicker. But the killer didn't rush. He stabbed again, and again, and again, counting each life like a score. When he was done painting pain onto the earth, he walked to Brian's car, not to escape, but to write dates, initials, and two chilling words. By knife, a summary of a moment he enjoyed. Then he vanished into the evening, leaving one alive, barely, leaving one to tell the world he existed. Hours later, a police phone booth rang. A voice, steady, casual, like someone reporting a traffic accident. I want to report a murder. No, a double murder. He recited the location slowly, then paused, almost proud. He placed the receiver down carefully, wiping away evidence with a hunter's patience. Not running, not afraid, fully in control. The news spread. The police sweated. Families locked their doors at sunset. The killer had done something far more powerful than take lives. He had taken peace, and as the world trembled, one thought grew heavier. He wants us to know him. He wants us to chase him, understand him, fear him, because fear is the only thing that ever made him feel alive. The Zodiac was not hiding. He was performing. October 1969. The city wasn't sleeping anymore. Curtains stayed closed. Parents held their children closer at night, and strangers looked at each other with quiet suspicion. The newspapers finally published the killer's coded letter, 408 cryptic characters that mocked every living soul. Readers stared at the strange symbols, circles and squares that looked like a child's game. Except this game demanded blood. Police hoped someone, somewhere, could think like a monster. And then, a breakthrough. A schoolteacher, Donald Hardin, and his wife, Betty, sat at their dining table, tracing patterns, replacing shapes with letters, hunting meaning inside madness. Hours turned into a revelation. I like killing people because it is so much fun. The Zodiac had revealed a truth nobody wanted to hear. He didn't kill for money, not for revenge, not for justice twisted in his own image. He killed to feel alive. And as police tried to swallow that horror, the Zodiac was already watching new prey. October 11th, 1969. A taxi driver named Paul Stein picked up a customer in San Francisco. The passenger gave a harmless destination, then changed his mind halfway. The kind of request drivers hear every day. But this night, routine had teeth. The shot was quick, a flash of light behind the windows. The taxi rolled to a stop. Silence returned. But silence never tells the whole story. 3 teenagers saw the killer, wiping fingerprints from the car, tearing a piece of the driver's shirt, a trophy. The police arrived fast, but a wrong radio message ruined everything. Officers were told to look for a black suspect. The Zodiac walked right past them. In the following days, a letter reached the newspaper, and inside was the blood-stained fabric strip. His message was short. This is the Zodiac speaking. He wanted credit. He wanted attention. He wanted fear to spread like infection. And it worked, because every new letter he sent was a reminder that he was always watching someone, and somewhere deep inside him, the fear he created made him feel powerful. The world now feared sunset, because night belonged to the Zodiac. San Francisco had always been a city filled with laughter, musicians on sidewalks, tourists chasing the ocean breeze, people living without the thought of death waiting behind them. But now, every shadow looked dangerous. Every stranger might be a hunter. The night became a warning. Schools banned late activities. Lovers didn't dare sit in parked cars anymore. People memorized the Zodiac symbol, the same way soldiers memorize the sound of a gun. The police cars patrolling the streets brought little comfort, because everyone realized the truth. They weren't protecting the city. They were chasing a ghost. Newspapers sold faster than food, not because people loved news, but because they needed to know whether they were safe for one more day. The Zodiac's letters were now front-page features, printed for millions to read. And in every home, someone whispered, "What if he lives next door?" Parents refused to let children walk alone. Couples sat apart on bus seats, as if distance might save their lives. The Zodiac had done nothing new for weeks, and somehow, that silence screamed louder than gunshots. Because when a killer enjoys attention, silence means he's planning. Then came the threat that turned fear into hysteria. A new letter arrived, mocking the police again. But this time, a promise was carved into the words. I shall cruise around and pick off the kiddies as they come bouncing out. He was threatening children, the most innocent, the most unprotected, the future. Buses drove with armed officers inside, ready to fire at any shape approaching too quickly. Kids looked out the window and saw men with guns, meant to keep them breathing. The Zodiac had changed everything. Fear was not just a feeling anymore. It was a resident, a constant presence, a name spoken carefully, as if saying it too loud might invite him to hear. The city of freedom had become a city of whispers. Everyone waited for his next move. But the Zodiac didn't rush. He enjoyed watching fear grow, because every heartbeat trembling in the dark was a victory he didn't even need to kill for. And the most terrifying part? He was just getting more comfortable. For nearly a year, terror had a name in California. The Zodiac Killer hunted with arrogance and wrote with pride. 5 lives ended. Countless others changed forever. Then, suddenly, the killings stopped. After the night Paul Stein was murdered inside his taxi in 1969, there were no more confirmed Zodiac murders. But he wasn't done speaking. Letters and ciphers continued to arrive, each one a reminder that he was still out there, still watching, still in control. He boasted that he had taken 37 lives. Police could only prove 5. Did he stop? Or did he simply learn to hide in plain sight? This is the ache the Zodiac left behind. The killer didn't vanish. The evidence did. Slowly. As months turned into years, the panic faded from the streets. Parents stopped gripping their children's hands so tightly. Couples returned to dark lovers' lanes. Life, cautiously, resumed. Not because the Zodiac was caught. Not because justice prevailed. But because fear cannot hold a city forever. And yet, even today, the case remains open. A ghost on the walls of every cold case room. A riddle that breathes behind every unsolved file. A question we still whisper. Where did he go? Why did he stop? And how many more names could he have written into his ciphers? If he had chosen to continue? The Zodiac Killer didn't just escape justice. He escaped history, remaining a shadow that once swallowed a city in fear. And that's the most terrifying ending of all. He could have been anyone. Thank you for watching. If stories like this spark your curiosity, if you want to uncover real crimes, hidden secrets, and the events that shaped history, then you are exactly where you need to be. This channel is built for thinkers, for seekers, for those who want to understand the world beyond the surface. Do well to support this growing community. Hit that like button. Share your thoughts below. Your voice matters here. And subscribe so you never miss our next deep dive into the unknown. Together, we bring light to the darkest chapters of humanity. Your #1 criminal case revelers. Criminal Minds Archive. He could still be remembered.